Hey there, it's George from DinosaurGeorge.com. Let's answer some questions. Let's see. This one comes from Maverick from Akron, Ohio. He says, I know Spinosaurus could beat a T-Rex. You're probably right. I think he could. He said, do you think Spinosaurus was a caring parent? Well, yeah, Maverick, I personally believe that all dinosaurs were caring parents. I don't subscribe to the idea that dinosaurs simply laid their eggs and walked off and let the babies fend for themselves. I just don't think that's realistic. And let me tell you why. Because animals that do that, mostly reptiles, lay a large amount of eggs, a huge amount of eggs. And then all of those animals are born very small and have the ability to pretty much hide anywhere they want to be. They can take sanctuary pretty much anywhere. Dinosaurs, on the other hand, number one, their nests didn't have hundreds of eggs in them. Some of them laid quite a few eggs. I think I've seen a nest one time with like 25 duckbill eggs, but that's still not a lot of eggs. And the animals would be born relatively large. And so hiding isn't the same thing when you're a lizard or when you're a dinosaur. And so you would be so easy to find and you'd have no defenses whatsoever that, in my opinion, it doesn't make sense that these animals would simply be able to lay their eggs and hope for the best. So I think all dinosaurs, including Spinosaurus, would have been a good parent. Okay, Caden from Deer Lake, Canada. If T-Rex and Giganotosaurus were in a fight, who, in your opinion, would be the winner? Also T-Rex against Spinosaurus. Caden, in my opinion, both of these dinosaurs. Now again, T-Rex would not have fought Giganotosaurus and T-Rex wouldn't have seen Spinosaurus, but let's say that for the sake of this argument, they would. Looking at the skeletal design of Tyrannosaurus Rex and comparing it to the skeletal design of Giganotosaurus and Spinosaurus, in my opinion, there just would not be any contest. I think Tyrannosaurus Rex is just so much more robust and powerful that there wouldn't be much of a fight. He would kill both of these guys. Okay, Buck from Tyler, Texas. Hi, Dinosaur George. Hi, Buck. I'm a writer of giant monster books and about most giant monsters, and they're based off of dinosaurs. And what dinosaur would appeal to the reader the most? A giant Allosaurus, a giant Carnotaurus, or a giant Ceratosaurus? Well, anybody that knows me knows I love Allosaurus. So unfortunately, here's where I rear my ugly head, and that is Allosaurus is the greatest dinosaur in the history of mankind. So, so I've got to say that I believe Allosaurus would really be cool, but Carnotaurus and Ceratosaurus look pretty wicked. Carnotaurus with those horns on his head, Ceratosaurus with that blade on the end of the nose and the two horns over his head. Those dinosaurs do look much cooler, I think, than my beloved Allosaurus. Okay, Chris from Yorktown Heights, New York. He says, greetings. Hey, Chris. I'm a freshman now, and there is a course being offered next year that I really like to apply for. It's called Science Research. Chris, that already sounds pretty cool. Maybe you've heard of it, but I don't mind if you haven't. Well, I haven't heard of it, Chris, but it really sounds cool. It's a 3-year course starting from sophomore through senior, and you pick a broad topic at the beginning of your sophomore year. If you make it, and you research something smaller related to that big topic. I have already decided that I'm going to do something related to, of course, paleontology. Good. Because I've been in love with it since I was a little kid. Me too, brother. Sorry if I'm droning on and bothering you with this. No, I'm boring you with this. No, you're not droning on and you're not boring. This is interesting stuff. My question would be, do you think it would be possible to research the possible evolution of prehistoric animals and their brains throughout the eras? What would be your suggestion for places I could go to over the summer to get a real experience in this field? If I can't do the brain evolution thing, what are your suggestions to research involving dinosaurs? Well, thanks again, your friend Chris. Chris, man, listen, I'm very excited for you. Here's what I would think. If you look at Dr. Larry Whitmer, the work Dr. Larry Whitmer, Lawrence Whitmer is doing in University of Ohio, he is doing incredible work, and he is the man when it comes to looking at the evolution of brain and how the brain has changed. He's the guy to go to. He posts a lot of stuff on YouTube. I would advise everybody out there to look for Dr. Whitmer's stuff. I think it's listed under Dr. Whitmer's lab or something like that. I would go to his YouTube videos and look. You'll find a tremendous amount of information there. If not, go to his website. Okay, finally, Emma from Noblesville. She says, hello, George. It's Emma from Facebook. Hey, Emma. Emma's a friend of mine on Facebook, as so many of you are. And Emma, it's nice to hear from you. She says, you have so many friends on there, you may not remember me. Actually, I do, Emma. Here's my question. I've heard that there's no full skeleton of Spinosaurus. So I was wondering, how do we know it's even a Spinosaurus at all? Couldn't the bones have been found... just been a different assortment of bones from different dinos? Listen, that's a very, very good question, Emma. That's really good. Here's the deal. Bones from different dinosaurs are actually recognizably different. Now, that doesn't mean every single dinosaur can instantaneously be recognized because every bone is different. Like, for instance, hadrosaur bones. Man, it's tough telling the difference between Parasaurolophus, Prosaurolophus, Saurolophus, and Edmontosaurus. Some of the bones are almost indistinguishable. Same thing with ceratopsians. You look at the vertebra of a Triceratops and you look at the vertebra of a Pachyrhinosaurus, man, they're very difficult to tell the difference in some cases. Same thing with Spinosaurus and other predators. But there is enough difference between a lot of these dinosaurs to where you can tell what you're looking at, especially if you're fortunate enough to find skull fragments or, of course, teeth really are the definitive thing for me. When I look at different bones, I can instantaneously tell the difference between species by looking at their teeth. But enough has been found of Spinosaurus to be able to figure out what a Spinosaurus looks like and therefore what bones belong to him. Now, we still don't know how big Spinosaurus was. We don't know a lot of things about Spinosaurus because not enough bones have been found, but those that have been clearly tell us it is a Spinosaurus. All right, if you have questions you want to send to me, go to my website, dinosaurgeorge.com. And listen, when you go to my website, there's a contact us button. Don't click on that and send me questions because I just cannot possibly answer those. In fact, most of the time I don't even look at the contact buttons. When there's something that I need to look at, it will be forwarded to me from people within the organization. So you've got to stay with the Ask Dinosaur George form for me to be able to answer because I get too many questions from too many different directions. So go to the Ask Dinosaur George page, fill out the form, and if I can, I'll answer your question, but keep in mind, I get thousands of these things. I just can't possibly answer them all. All right, everybody, take care for you young people out there. Make sure to continue to practice your reading skills and use good manners because those things are very important. Until next time, I will see you guys soon.